Dave Ramsey's financial system. Dave Ramsey is wrong. He's also right. And if you don't understand the difference, you're operating on a flawed financial code. His advice has pulled millions out of a nosedive. It's a powerful tool, but a hammer is not the right tool for every job. Using his system without understanding its mechanics is like flying a plane on autopilot without ever learning how to land it yourself. It works until it doesn't. Most critiques of Ramsey miss the point. They attack his math or his personality. They're both wrong. The real conversation isn't about math versus psychology. It's about building a system that leverages both. Today, we're not just going to critique his advice. We're going to deconstruct his entire protocol, analyze its core components, and then re-engineer a superior system for the modern operator. Let's begin. The psychological operating system. To understand why Dave Ramsey's advice is so effective, you have to stop looking at it as financial advice. It's not. It's a psychological operating system designed for a user in crisis. When a system is corrupted by malware, in this case, crippling debt and poor habits, you don't run complex optimization software. You reboot in safe mode. That's what the baby steps are. Think about it. The human brain under extreme stress has severely limited cognitive bandwidth. Complex decisions become impossible. Ramsey's system aggressively reduces this cognitive load. It replaces dozens of complex financial choices with a simple, linear, 7-step checklist. It simplifies the user interface down to one button: do the next step. It's designed for compliance, not for optimal performance. The most famous component, the debt snowball, is the perfect example of this. Mathematically, it's inefficient. You should always pay off your highest interest debt first. That's the logical move. But Ramsey's system isn't targeting your logic. It's targeting your brain's reward system. Paying off that first small debt, regardless of interest rate, provides a quick, measurable win. That win triggers a dopamine release. It's a neurological reward that says, what you just did was good. Do it again. This creates a powerful positive feedback loop. Each small victory builds momentum and emotional buy-in, hardwiring a new behavior. It gamifies debt reduction. You're not just paying bills, you're winning levels. Then there's the cash envelope system. This is another behavioral hack. Swiping a plastic card is abstract. It's a frictionless transaction. Handing over physical cash is tangible. It triggers loss aversion in your brain. You feel the pain of that money leaving your possession. This friction forces mindfulness. It makes every purchasing decision a conscious choice instead of a default action. Finally, he builds a social architecture around the system. The radio show, the classes, the online communities. This creates a culture of social proof and external accountability. It normalizes extreme austerity and makes you feel like part of a tribe on a shared mission. So the Ramsey OS works. It's a powerful piece of behavioral modification software. Its primary function is to take a user who has lost all control and restore a sense of agency. It's designed to change the user, not to maximize the numbers. But once the user is stable, running a recovery program forever is its own kind of failure. You have to be willing to upgrade the OS. The mathematical inefficiency. Let's get tactical. There are two primary protocols for debt elimination: the debt snowball and the debt avalanche. It is critical you understand the difference. The debt snowball is Ramsey's method. You list your debts smallest to largest by balance, ignoring interest rates. You make minimum payments on everything and attack the smallest balance with every extra dollar you have. Once it's gone, you roll that payment into the next smallest debt, creating a snowball of payment momentum. The avalanche protocol is the mathematical counterargument. You list your debts highest to lowest by interest rate, ignoring the balance. You make minimum payments on everything and attack the debt with the highest interest rate first. Let's be perfectly clear. The debt snowball is mathematically inefficient. It is the slower, more expensive path. This is not an opinion, it's a fact of compound interest. Imagine you have two leaks in your boat. Leak A is a small hole letting in 1 gallon per minute. Leak B is a huge hole letting in 10 gallons per minute. The snowball method tells you to plug the small hole first
because it's an easy, quick win. Meanwhile, you're still taking on 10 gallons a minute from the major breach. Let's run the numbers on a simple scenario. You have two debts, a student loan with a $2,000 balance at 6% interest, and a credit card with an $8,000 balance at 24% interest. Ramsey's snowball protocol targets the $2,000 student loan first because it's the smallest balance. Let's say you have an extra $300 a month to throw at it. It'll take you about 7 months to clear that loan. But during those 7 months, your $8,000 credit card isn't sitting still. At 24% APR, it's burning. You're being charged roughly $160 in interest every single month. While you were busy getting the psychological win of clearing the small loan, over $1,100 in new interest charges piled up on your high-interest debt. The avalanche protocol does the opposite. It identifies the 24% interest rate as the primary threat. It directs that extra $300 a month to the credit card immediately. Every dollar you send it saves you from future 24% interest charges. The student loan is a low-priority target because its interest is minimal. By focusing on the highest interest rate first, you pay less total interest and you exit debt faster. Period. The math is undeniable. So why would an intelligent person advocate for a mathematically inferior system? Because he's not solving for math. The mathematical inefficiency is a feature, not a bug. It is the price you pay for the system's true purpose, which is behavioral modification. We'll deconstruct that next.
The modern hybrid protocol, so how do we build a better system? We don't throw out the existing components, we re-engineer them. The modern hybrid protocol isn't about choosing psychology or math. It's about deploying the right tool at the right time. It's an adaptive strategy, not a rigid one. The protocol operates in two primary phases. Phase 1 is the psychological reboot. This is for when the system is in chaos. You're overwhelmed by debt, your finances are disorganized, and you need to build immediate momentum. In this state, a mathematical problem is secondary. You have a behavioral problem. This is where you deploy the Ramsey snowball. Yes, the one that is mathematically inefficient. You use it intentionally. List all your debts, smallest to largest, ignore the interest rates, and attack the smallest one with extreme focus. Why? Because the goal here isn't to save the most money. The goal is to rewire your brain. Getting that first small win, clearing a debt completely, provides a critical dopamine hit. It proves the system works. It builds the momentum you need to attack the next, bigger target. You are intentionally trading a few dollars in interest for a powerful psychological victory that will keep you in the fight. Think of it as a tactical retreat to win the war. You use the snowball until you've eliminated your smallest 2 or 3 debts and have established a consistent, automated habit of attacking your debt. Once that habit is locked in, you execute phase 2, the debt avalanche method. The trigger is clear. You are no longer overwhelmed. You are in control. Your payment system is automated. Now, behavior is no longer the primary problem. Efficiency is. You immediately switch to the debt avalanche method. Relist your remaining debts, but this time you sort them by interest rate, highest to lowest. You attack the debt with the highest interest rate first while paying minimums on everything else. The psychological crutch is no longer needed. You're now running on pure logic. This method will, without question, save you the most money and get you out of debt the fastest. You've used the snowball for its purpose, to get you started, and now you're using the avalanche for its purpose, to finish the job efficiently. The final part of the protocol is where we break from the Ramsey model completely. He advocates for paying off all debt, including your mortgage, before investing heavily. This is a critical error in resource allocation. The modern hybrid protocol treats low-interest debt, like a mortgage under 5%, as a tool, not an enemy. Once your high-interest debt is eliminated, you don't throw every dollar at your mortgage. You run a simple analysis. Can your money generate a higher return in the market than the interest you're paying on the house? Historically, the answer is yes. If your mortgage is at 4% and a basic index fund returns an average of 8%, every extra dollar you pay on the mortgage is a dollar that isn't earning that 4% spread. This is a massive opportunity cost. The modern operator doesn't just eliminate liabilities, they acquire assets. The protocol is simple. Once the high interest debt is gone,
You pay the minimum on your mortgage and deploy your capital into your investment portfolio. You use the leverage of a low-interest loan to build your wealth engine faster. This is the complete system. You start with a psychological tool to build discipline. You pivot to a mathematical tool to maximize efficiency, and you finish by leveraging assets to achieve true financial sovereignty. It's a protocol that adapts to your status, not a dogma that treats everyone the same.
So, the problem with Dave Ramsey's advice isn't that it's bad. It's that it's a static system in a dynamic world. It's a starting point, not the destination. The real objective is to graduate from a simple psychological framework to a sophisticated, adaptable financial protocol that serves you. You have to understand the why behind the rules before you can break them effectively. Stop following dogma. Start building systems. If you're ready to upgrade your mental hardware, subscribe to Capital Sanctum. We deconstruct the systems that run the world.